Hey YouTube, Smoking Uncle Frank here. Thought I'd do a little video for you. I don't know how well this is going to come out because it's the first time I've ever done this, but you know, I promised you that I'd do a video on I feel awkward because I'm not looking at the camera, but looking at the gun instead. I said I was going to do a video on how to install that that valve that I was getting for this guy here for the Tippmann. Unfortunately, they back ordered it, so I had to make changes just so I got something to show you anyway. I thought I'd just show you how basically how it's gonna go in and how and some other things I had in mind too. But I already took the screws out. It's pretty easy to do. You've got you've got. Well, I'm gonna show you here. Here, and here you're going to have, they're all going to be the same size, so it's pretty easy to remember. They're all going to be this size here. I'm going to get them in my hand here for you. Let's just see. They're all going to be like that. Just one size. And then down below here, right here where I'm pointing, there's going to be two smaller screws, which they're slightly small, as you can see. Comparison, a little comparison. There's the one, there's those, and there's those. You can see they're different. And then right here in the center, this is the one. Now I put that one back in because this guy here, this spring, it likes to bulge out. So when you take the thing apart, when you're taking it apart, when you get to, you want to take all these screws out first, do that one last, and then you want to hold this down, because otherwise it can explode on you. I had it happen to me once already. It threw everything all over the place. But anyway, well, not everything, but it tossed a few things around. So you want to try to avoid that. And then basically it's just a shell. That's all it is. So it's two halves to a shell. So we're gonna I just lightly tighten this down just enough to keep this in place. So I'm going to unscrew it now, and this is the only other one that's going to be different. The screw's a little bit longer, and this is exactly why I did this, because I didn't want to fool around with all these screws while I was doing the video, because it's a little bit of a pain in the ass with all them screws. So this last screw is going to be longer, as you can see. Oh well, I'm letting go. I'm taking a chance. As you can see, it's already, see it buckled up on me. Okay, but it didn't explode. So that's the longest screw that goes in the center. And then basically, what you're going to do is because this spring here is going to have a lot of tension on it, so you want to lift up carefully and release the tension one way or the other. Good idea to take this out first. I forgot that. I didn't do that, but it's your regulator there, and well, that's the puncture valve. That's the piece that would puncture your CO2. So then you get it out, and it basically comes out like this. This washer here always wants to do that. I usually put a little grease on it. And then you got your one. It only uses one for this system here. It uses one. There's one detent there, as you can see. One little detent there. That I'm just going to leave that in there. So, and this other piece here is loose too. If it gets away from you, you just put it right in like that. This is for the round ball. Hope you can see that all right. I don't have a viewfinder for myself to look in that well here, unless I can tilt it. I can tilt it. Okay, good. That makes it a lot easier. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was, and you can see right there inside here, there's one washer that goes right in there. Get out of the way, cat. You're not coming over here. And then this washer just basically fits in there. And then the spring, and you might have trouble when you're putting the spring. It's going to want to hang up on the spring and everything. So like I said, you put a little grease on it, make it stick a little better for you. So what I wanted to show you was when I did that, and this is something Rory left out, but these are the pieces to the that go to the what do you call it, the oh God, give me a minute here. The kit that allows you to shoot first strike rounds, and it's got 2 D10 holes in it. And well, Rory didn't point out one thing though. Now this is basically your breech, where as you can see, the difference between them. It's round, and this one here's got an oblong shape to take first strike, or them longer type of bullets or projectiles, whichever you may be. It's a long-range conversion kit is what it's called. What Rory didn't point out was, he said everything was there, okay? I put it together, and before I get things all totally messed up, I get it in my hand, okay? As you can see, as a comparison, this one here, the bolt, has an O-ring on it. You see the O-ring around there? I don't know if you can see it or not, right there by my thumb. It's a little O-ring that fits right around here. That's what seals it when you're shooting it. So I'm going to put that back in with the spring, and it comes with its own little spring too. It comes with a different spring. Apparently the spring's a little longer, although I don't see the difference really, but anyway, it comes with a spring, comes with a bolt, comes with a package of washers. There's one difference. That one there's got a washer that goes around the end of the bolt. Goes right around the end of the bolt there. On this one, this washer is the one that I couldn't find anywhere, and it was one in the package. The only one like it that I could find in the package. I have some possibles, but this one has to go in here. When you're putting the long-range conversion kit together, it would go in there like that, and then your bolt would go through the spring. The bolt would go through the spring like that, right there, like that. You just stick it on, and then when you put it together, of course you would screw this, what they call the power tube. You would unscrew this piece here, and you would use that back end silver piece there, which is part of the regulator. You transfer it over, okay? And then once you got it all together, then you would, of course, you would seat this. Now the thing what you want to do though, if you ever do it, you want to be careful that that spring is seated properly, because it's got to push on that. It's pushing on that washer, holding it in place. And then when it goes in, it's basically going to do this. If I don't know if you're going to see this or not, but it's basically going to go, and it creates a seal. Matter of fact, when I pull this out, you'll see the washer's on there. It creates a seal around the bolt. If you don't have that washer, it's nothing. You're going to get pop, 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 and fizzles and all kind of crazy stuff. So you need that washer with it. Something that my good friend over there at A&S Gear did not point out when he was doing it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for that. I just wanted to show you how it came apart, and it goes back together. Well, let's see. Hopefully I'm going to get it back together easily. So you got this guy here, goes in here like this. Okay, that's your breech. Make sure your detent is facing the right way. You want to have the detent going. Well, you want to have it going in that ramp direction so that when the ball comes through, it pushes down. If you got it the wrong way, it's going to snap the detent off, or it's going to mess some shit up. So it's not going to be a good thing. So anyway, you set that down in there. It's just your trigger mechanism. If you're careful, you can usually get it apart. And then this piece here, it comes out. It only goes in one way, so it's pretty easy. And this is your where your barrel screws in. Little piece where the barrel screws in. So if you ever want to modify it and get a new one, it's pretty easy. You can see it's pretty easy. I didn't do a full tear. I didn't do a takedown for you, but I'm trying to explain as best as I can for you. Anyway, And then this goes, oh, you want to make sure, you see that pin there? If it comes out, make sure it's pushed in, because otherwise you're going to end up with problems. So I've been told. And it's coming out, so I'm going to make sure it's in all the way, because otherwise when you put the gun together, and for whatever reason, there we go. Okay. You see how I got it pushed in? Otherwise you can bend that pin. That's not a good, I think that's a firing pin there or something. But anyway, make sure that pin is in. Don't leave it out. Okay. Now, you're going to put that washer back there and hopefully it'll stay for me. It might fall off on the spring, but that's okay. And then you just stick her back in there like that. Once you get it down there, don't let go now. A lot of times what people do, a lot of people do, and I'm going to do it, just stick the long screw in while they're finishing up. That'll keep it from buckling up on you and exploding and throwing crap all over the place. So just, doesn't have to be tight. It just got to be pushed down on it. It just got to come down enough to keep that piece from buckling up on you. So I'm going to do that because I don't want to have a problem. And then basically you want to do this, put this guy in here like, kind of like this goes into the hole. There's a hole right there, and then this here piece, this piece here, that little nub there with the O-ring on it, fits into the hole where I'm pointing now with my finger. I'll try to zoom it in for you a little bit here. It won't zoom in. I got to move the gun now. That hole there, right there. Okay, so backing out now. Hope I can. Alright, good. Okay. Now this goes in here like this. Just like that. And then you can tip it down. Get the trigger out of the way. And get out of the way, trigger. And then it goes in just like that. Okay? Pretty simple. Everybody's together. Now, you want to put the shell back together. And I hope this goes well for me. I fought with it last time. And any greasing or cleaning or anything you want to do, this is the time, that will be the time to do it when you got it apart, obviously. Like I got to explain that. I already got this one pretty well lubed, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now this, right here, this guy, that's your mag release. It's gonna want to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Not terrible, but you put the shell together. Yeah, it wants to buckle up on me. Hold this down. Get this on there. Now is where the tricky part comes, because that mag release always wants to get in the way. I'm not sure you've seen other videos. You got to kind of push it up. Kick it up out of the way, and you get your shell together, and hopefully, yep, it's together. And I got it all together now. Okay, so now I just now comes the long process of putting all the screws back in, which I'm gonna do here. And I wish I knew how to do a fast forward on the videos, but I don't. So you're gonna have to listen to me chat while I'm doing this. These actually are pretty good guns, though. You know, I got this thing, last time I shot, I was shooting at over 300 FPS, and I got more room. I can crank it up a little bit more, I think. I'm sure of it, actually. Just got to tinker with it a little bit more. I'm going to try to get it a little higher. Next time around, unfortunately, you know, guys, I'm sorry. I know I said I was going to do a shooting video for you, and I will be doing a shooting video for you someday, but my hip has been giving me all kind of hell. So this morning I got up and it was shooting down my leg. I think I got a sciatic nerve thing or something, but going to see the chiropractor for all that. So Hopefully he can knock some shit back in place or something. I don't know. Anyway, you don't need to tighten these super tight. Just get them snug. Don't crank down on them because you're going through plastic, and well, yeah, that's snug enough. Okay, now you're safe. Now you're in the safe zone because you got that freaking bolt and everything all locked down. So now you got all your other screws here, so pretty simple. I'll run through it with you here. You got all your medium size long ones here. They all go right here and here, down here. That's where you're going to take them out to, obviously. And then here, and one more right here, and then you got your smallest ones which go right down below, right where you see that little Picatinny rail there. So pretty simple. Once you've done it a couple of times, you know, it's like anything. When I first did it, I had a hell of a time, and then practice makes perfect, as they say, and I got to knowing the thing better. So now, even if it does come apart on me or explode on me, because it did one time on me, I know how everything goes, so I don't have a problem just putting everything back. If it gets goofy, that's good enough. So anyway, that's pretty much my video for today. Of course, then, you know, you're going to want to, when you're done, it just threads in. That's the barrel there. It's just a plain round barrel, threads in, and then the mag goes in, and there's your mag. Just test it out, make sure that the safety works, and then the mag release works and all that, and I'm sure it will. So that's pretty much, and your end cap. Your end cap in. Don't do what I did. I forgot. I thought I had, when I started to take it apart, it started hissing at me. I had it was almost empty anyways, but I had a CO2 in there and I never do that. I don't know how I managed, but well, I never do that until today anyways, but it was hissing all over the place on me. So that's it for today, guys. That's my video. I hope you liked it. I'm going to try to do some more. I got another one that I want to actually do some work on, so I'm going to try to shoot a video on that. That's my I guess got to check a few things on it first before I go in it blindly. But I got my my Tiberius T8.1. You know, I almost got another one today. There was one on eBay, and the guy had it was one bidder on it. It was at what was it at? $230. So I figured, well, you know what? There's only one bidder. I'm gonna snipe it. You know what eSnipe is, right? If you don't, look it up. It's www.esnipe.com. So I went in there and I did a snipe on. I put $10 more on because I didn't really want to. I don't really have the money, so kind of like, you know what? If I really was serious about it, I probably would have went up a little bit more, but I didn't win it. So somebody else. At the last minute. It's always at the last minute. Everything just started jumping. It went up to 3 something, so I think it went for like 325. So I don't have the money right now for it. I would have, if it would have been just a 240. Yeah, I probably would have. I figured out a way to get it, but it's a nice gun. It had three extra mags with it and a bunch of other extra stuff. So, but next time, I guess. That's it today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye, all.